Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Suad Asfour with the Arab American Variety Talk Show. My guest tonight is Brianna Asfour. Brianna was born here in the United States and she is a very talented artist who is pursuing a career in illustration. She is working toward an associate degree at Chabot College. And after that, she plans to transfer to California State University, East Bay, to earn her bachelor's degree of fine arts. She is also working part-time as an office and laboratory assistant. Brianna runs her own YouTube channel where she produces videos during her free time. Some of her hobbies include drawing, painting, photography, and videography. Brianna is also an adventurer and has plans to travel all over the world. Brianna, thank you for coming to the show. We're excited to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brianna, tell me, when did you first become interested in arts and drawing? How did it all start?
Well, as far as I can remember, my cousin and I were about 10 years old, and we used to play on the DS, and we used to play Mario, like Super Mario World, and we would always draw up like scenarios, like what would happen. And so we did it on paper, like kind of in like a comic format. And so every time I came over to his house, we would always like draw up different like movies and scenarios, and it was just a good time.
And that was when you were 10 years old?
Yeah, about 10.
And how old was your cousin?
Same age.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put the power of two to work, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So how did you know that you wanted to continue with this comic, or are you planning to take this as a career?
When I knew I wanted to continue is when I would bring my comics to school and people would like to read them. They would always ask me like, when is your next comic coming out? When are you almost done with this one? And it just kind of kept me going from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And you just love it so much.
Yeah, I love it. I've been doing it for so many years. It's just my passion.
This is part of you.
Yes.
It's inside of you.
Yeah.
Excellent. So was there anyone else who was involved in the making of your stories, or you were making all these comics by yourself without any outside help?
When I was in middle school, my two best friends, Victoria and Rebecca, we would always meet up in the library. Like, it would be either before class, during lunch, during break, anytime we could. And we would have our own little comic books, and we always draw up in class and then come meet up in the library and see like, oh, what did you draw? Or how far did you get in this story or this comic? And we would just help each other out, and it was just very fun.
And that was inspiring you?
Yeah, we inspired each other every day.
Yeah, so it takes something like that to actually motivate you and keep you excited and interesting in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So all your life in school, you always found some friend who might be interested in the same thing you are interested with? You'll always find the right friends?
Yeah, I did.
In class or in the same school?
Yeah, anywhere.
That's good. That's very good. That's really nice what you're doing. So what area of arts you study right now in college? I understand you're going to Chabot College in Hayward.
Yes.
And where else? You're taking other classes?
Right now I'm only taking 2 classes for general education, but right now I'm studying general art, which means I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm taking all the art classes. So that might include like painting, drawing, ceramics, just like the whole art spectrum for my degree.
Okay, and is this your second year in college?
This is actually my 3rd year.
So you're almost done, pretty much. Okay, we're gonna celebrate when you finish college.
Yeah.
I can't wait because I'll be there for celebration. So I mentioned before we go to the YouTube, I want to ask you about, I understand you work and you're taking all these classes, and I know you work around the house, you remodel your room, and you're always busy doing something. What's the secret? What do you do to maintain everything balanced? How do you balance all your life?
Well, time management is key, and I always keep a planner on me so I know what I'm doing at this time so I'm not stressed out, because if I don't like write it down, like I'll just get stressed out and overwhelmed with everything that's going on. So I just time manage this thing's first, this thing I'll do this after this, prioritize. That's the key.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say number one is time management.
Yeah.
Because I'm fanatic about time management. I mean, if it's not there, your whole day will be messed up and you won't accomplish much. So time management is one of the secrets, and focusing maybe.
Yeah.
You focus on your whatever
I'm always staying focused.
Okay. I also mentioned in the beginning that you have your own YouTube channel. Can you tell me about it? Can you tell me how do you make your videos? How many did you make so far? When did you start doing it? And how far you're planning to go on with this?
Well, the YouTube channel is just a hobby for now. I don't have any big cameras or fancy objects or anything. It's just like whenever I come up with an idea, I'm like, okay, let's make a video. And sometimes it's like for school projects, sometimes it's like a how-to video or a music video. I just like whatever I feel, I write it down. I make a little storyboard of like every scene, and it's like a little project, but it's just for fun.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you have pretty much good experience now. How many videos did you make so far?
About 15.
15.
Yeah.
Do you make any songs? Do you make any music that goes along with that?
I don't make music. I actually make music videos for other people's music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I only made a few so far, but I plan on making more in the future.
Do you do that? I mean, do you make it for money or as volunteer or what?
No, it's just for fun.
Just for fun?
Yeah, I don't make any money out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. And they rely on your ideas and what to use on the video.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really good. So far that means you have good experience with videos, with YouTube, and your comics. So what kind of advice you give to any students who are anybody who wants to do what you're doing, what kind of advice do you offer?
Just don't give up. I mean, there's times where I feel like, I have so much stuff going on that the art just kind of fades out, and then I try to bring it back in, and it works, but I just try not to give up, because time management, when you have so many other things getting in the way, it's hard to juggle all that. So yeah.
Okay, so that sounds like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of you. It looks like you're going the right direction in life, and you're taking forward steps all the time, even though you said something might pull you back.
Yeah.
But you keep pushing yourself, or you kind of put yourself together and continue. And this is one of the best advices you can give. And so I always find something surprising about you. Like every time I see you, you're doing something new, or you're learning something new, and you're always helping others. You're always teaching others, especially your sisters and your cousin. You're always share with them what you learn. So what we're gonna be surprised with? Something coming up. Are you gonna surprise us with something new? Is there anything new coming up?
I'm currently working on another video for for a song. Hopefully I can get it done by Halloween time, because it's kind of like a creepier video, so it would kind of set the vibe for that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh really? That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, it won't be surprised anymore because you just told us about it.
Yeah, well, I'm not telling you what's going to be in it, but...
We can't wait.
Yeah.
I hope this is a nice announcement.
Yeah.
So do you get credit in school for doing all this work?
For the YouTube videos?
Yeah.
No, like I said, it was just for fun.
Just
I do it out of my heart, out of, my whatever I can think of, just to be funny, or, I mean, of course, if it is for school and somebody asks to do a project, then that's where I'll post the video project.
Okay, so you're working, you're going to school. What is a typical weekend for you? I know it looks like you're busy all weekdays, but what is your weekend looks like?
A typical weekend for me, just catching up on, family.
Okay, you visit with the family.
Yeah, or if I'm not doing that, then I'll just be like cleaning up or doing stuff around the house, taking care of all the animals,
Oh yeah, you love animals, huh?
I love animals.
What do you have?
I have a cat, 2 dogs, and a lot of chickens.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you handle all that too, you feed them and you take care of them. Okay, wow. What about your social life? What's your social life looks like? Do you have to keep active social life? I mean, you spend time with your friends? Do you make new friends? I mean, what kind of social life you have?
I mean, in college, you don't have a lot of time for that, but you know, whenever I do get the chance, I hang out with people and friends and
You like people.
yeah.
It's not like you're focused only on your comics and your art.
Well, you have to have a
kinda-
social life
You have to have balance in and out.
and peers.
So when you were a kid, what did you think you will be when you grow up?
I actually wanted to be a veterinarian because
Oh my gosh, sounds familiar.
yeah, because I really love animals, but then I grew a passion for art and I want to become an illustrator when I'm done with school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like to be famous and popular when in the future?
Maybe. I mean, who knows?
You don't mind?
No.
Would there be anybody who's famous or artist that you would like to have dinner with? Just
I mean, not really. Nobody comes to mind.
so, who is your favorite president?
President of the United States? I don't have one.
Okay, you don't have one. What's your favorite word? What do you like to use? What kind of words do you use all the time?
Adventure.
Oh,
I think that would be my favorite word.
Why?
So far. Because, you know, I love adventures. I love to travel. I like exploring new places and, you know, experiencing life in different places, and it's just very fun, especially with other people.
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But when you were little, which book did you like the most?
I don't know, actually. I mean, do coloring books count? I mean, drawing books, coloring books, any book.
Puzzles?
I mean, puzzles.
You like puzzles?
I've been doing puzzles for a long time, actually.
Yeah, you think puzzles is good for all children?
Yeah,
I think it's good for all
everybody.
ages, actually.
It's stress relieving too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like exercise for
yeah.
the brain.
It
right?
eases the mind.
If you could create a law, silly law, for the country, what would it be?
A silly law for the country.
Something you would like to see happen?
I don't know, but something about animals for sure.
Something has
Like-
to do with animals?
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of one on the spot right now, but I know because I really care about animals, and I think everybody should have some consideration for animals.
That's really nice. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm very sure, since you have social life and you have a lot of friends over the years and you're busy and you're working, what piece of advice you were ever given by someone and you liked that you'll always remember?
My mom always told me just to not give up. No matter how hard it gets, just don't give up, keep on going. You know, I always talk to her if I need help. And, you know, she keeps me going too, and I keep her going. And we're always staying connected, and we motivate each other.
Oh, wow, that's really
Yeah.
good to know.
Mhm.
That's very, very nice. Now, if you could speak and be heard by anyone in the world for 1 minute, what would you say?
I would say just, you know, pursue your dreams, whatever it takes. Just do what you can. You know, sometimes things can get hard or you can get busy, but if you have a dream, then you will do everything you can to pursue your dream, and I think that's what everybody needs to know.
And it could be done,
Yeah, it can definitely be done.
and you can reach it.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. So I asked you who's your favorite president. You didn't have one. I ask you many questions now. Who is your role model in life?
My mom.
Also your mom.
She always has been my role model, and she always will be. And you know, we have that connection to where, you know, if she needs something, then I go and help her. If I need something, we always help each other. We always talk to each other on a daily basis, and it's just a great time.
That's really
Yeah.
nice. That's good. I mean, mom is the best role model for
Yeah,
anyone.
definitely.
You can't have anybody more important in life than your mom, right?
Yeah.
So what was the last book you read?
The last book I read was it was a poem book from school that we had to read in our English class.
Yes, you
Yeah.
like it?
We read some poems. I kind of liked it. I'm not really into poetry, but some of the poems did interest me.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Now, I know you like to read also. So what book or movie would you change the end to it if you could?
You know, I think all movies have an ending for a reason. I mean, I wouldn't really change anything about it.
Okay. Well, because I see you interesting you're very interested in doing movies and, especially your YouTube channel. So I was wondering, did you ever like watch a movie and say, oh, the end should have been this way?
No.
Never happened to you?
Never happened to me.
Okay, that's no problem. What were you involved when you were in high school? You were involved like in sports, basketball, whatever. Anything?
I was involved in the FFA.
What's that?
Future Farmers of America, and that was because I was in a woodshop class and I was building, things out of wood, and we also worked with like some farm animals too, and it was very fun.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You still remember that?
Yeah, I remember we dyed baby chick eggs like a certain color, and then they would hatch, and you would get like a purple chicken or a blue chick or something like that. It was very interesting.
Yeah, see, every once in a while you remember that. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I don't know if you're going to like it, but what is your favorite planet in our solar plan?
Earth.
Solar system.
My favorite planet is Earth. Earth. It gives us life. Mother Nature is so good to us, and I think we need to be good back to Mother Nature. So
I love your answer. That's great. What is your favorite day of the year?
Favorite day of the year?
I know you like holidays, but you must have favorite day the whole year. What would that be?
Would my birthday count?
Your birthday?
I mean, every day is a great day to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not a good day, I try to make it the best day.
Well, if you can learn another language without studying, what would that be? Other language that you really like? Which one will you pick?
Maybe Spanish.
Spanish?
Yeah, I actually took 3 Spanish classes in high school, so it's kind of familiar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember.
Think we live in California. I think everybody should know Spanish.
Yeah, especially in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned a few words.
Yeah.
But I wish I know more. Now, so if you go back in time, like let's say we go back in time, but you can't change anything, what time would you go back to?
I would go back to maybe the late 1800s during the Impressionist era, and the Impressionist era is like an art movement, like Vincent van Gogh. I'm not sure if you know him, but Vincent van Gogh.
No, not really. You can tell me.
He was a very amazing artist, and he was known for his famous work, Starry Night.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he used like this kind of impasto kind of method, which means like you pile a bunch of paint on top of each other, and it just kind of brings itself forward outside of the painting.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah, and there's also another art movement. It's post-impressionism. It's kind of like the time period after impressionism, and it's where like you would paint something, but you wouldn't paint like strokes. You would paint dots. So like dots like on top of each other, and if you put so many certain colored dots on top of each other and you stand back, it'll turn into like an image. So,
wow, so how did you learn all that stuff?
I studied it in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, and college.
Oh, that's interesting. You gotta teach me a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so what fictional character would you like to meet?
I'm not sure.
Nobody that excites you that much?
I mean, I am my own fictional character, I would say.
You are your own. It's gonna be Brianna Asfour.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're the best, you can't change that.
Yeah.
That is good. If you could only take 2 books on a desert island, which 2 books would you take with you?
2 books.
And you're just going to be stuck there for a few days, but you can have 2 books. And I'll give you a ride.
Well, actually, I would only take 1 book, and that is The Alchemist.
What's that book all about?
The Alchemist is about, I read it in college in one of my classes. It's about a boy. He's off to find this treasure in the desert, and he gets help from people, and he learns to find his way. But in the middle, he kind of gives up a little bit, but he figures out how to keep going. And I think if I was stuck on a desert, I would bring that book with me.
Oh my God, that is amazing. That's a nice story.
Yeah.
What about 1 more book? You're allowed for 2 books.
Maybe just a coloring book, keep myself.
Just coloring book.
I love coloring books. I just like occupying myself and practicing like different color combinations and what would this picture look like. It's very
Yeah.
stress relieving to color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coloring is very relaxing.
It's
also.
very relaxing.
It's really good.
Mhm.
What acquired skill have you always wanted to learn? Something you always wanted to learn, but you never got around, and you're trying to make time.
I've
I know
always
you're very creative and talented, and you can learn anything.
I've always wanted to learn to surf. I've seen
Surf?
I've seen
Surfing?
people do I've seen people do it on movies and TV shows and even like animated TV shows, and I really like swimming. I like being in the ocean and the water and feeling the waves and stuff. So I think, if I would get the opportunity, I would learn how to surf.
Wow, that's interesting, and I think you can do it, right?
Yeah.
If you make the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about movies, we talked about books. Now, if there's a movie that you would like to watch over and over and over again, like if somebody asked me that question, I would say Titanic. I can watch it over and over and over again. What about you? Which movie you don't mind watching over and over again?
I would watch a movie called In Your Eyes.
In Your Eyes?
Yeah. It's when a woman finds this telepathic bond with another guy across the country, and they learn how to talk to each other, and they figure out ways how to get to each other. And I think it's very interesting how the story goes with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't mind watch it over? I gotta watch it once at least.
Yeah, you should.
I should try it.
Yeah.
Who is your famous actor or actress look like?
I would say Zooey Deschanel.
Oh yeah.
She's got like the same bangs and
Oh
the
my
same
God.
funny personality, and she's just very pretty. I like her.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What is your favorite movie?
I don't have a favorite movie.
Okay, yeah, I
like
noticed that.
I like all movies.
So when you were in middle school, what band were you obsessed with?
That was kind of a time where I didn't really have a favorite kind of band, but I would say as I was getting into high school, I did have a favorite band, and that was called Of Monsters and Men.
Uh-huh.
And they're a very famous folk band from
Okay.
Iceland, and
Yeah.
I actually just went to go see them in concert. And it was just so amazing. I've been waiting a long
So
time.
you went?
Yeah, I did go.
You've seen them?
I
How
went to
far?
go
How
see
long
them.
ago?
Couple weeks ago, actually.
Oh my God!
I've been
so,
waiting like 5 years to go see them, and it was
Okay.
just an amazing experience.
So what was amazing about it? Why did you like it so much?
I love their music. I love how both the singers sing. They're just very amazing, and their songs are just great.
Oh, that's good to know. Oh, well, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah,
That will be nice. Next time we'll go together.
we will.
What's your current favorite show to binge watch on Netflix?
I would say Gilmore Girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I love that show. I would watch it again if I could.
Are you a die-hard fan of any sports team?
I haven't really been into sports. It's not me, I don't think.
What's something that you love and everybody hates?
I'm not sure. I mean, I might love animals a little bit too much. But
It's
yeah.
the animals.
Yeah.
What's your all-time favorite song over the years? That's one song that you will always love, number one, the most.
There's a song called I Love It by Hilltop Hoods. I think I actually did a video to their song, and it always makes me happy. It gets me pumped. It's very inspirational.
Oh, I see. So if you could go on one reality show, what would it be?
It would be this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure now.
Yeah.
You can change your mind later.
I don't think so.
Oh, all right, my God. But what is your favorite sports to watch?
I don't watch sports.
You don't watch at all?
No.
Okay, so you're like me pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more into other stuff. What is your cheesiest movie you've ever seen?
The
Cheesiest.
cheesiest movie I've seen? I can't think of one on the top of my head right now. But I think some movies are cheesier than others.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You like to eat out? Like, what is your favorite place to go and eat?
My favorite place is there's a place at the mall by my school. They make like delicious crepes. Do you know what crepes?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. and they wrap it just so perfectly, and I just love going back there, and it's just so delicious.
Oh my God, that's nice.
It's not really a food, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So, we're human. Every once in a while, we're going to go through some embarrassment.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody. What is the most embarrassing moment that you ever been through, that ever happened to you?
I think one of the most embarrassing times was when I was in elementary school, and my friend and I decided to go into the talent show, and we sang a song, and I think I messed up. I don't remember what part, but I feel like I was very embarrassed at that moment. Yeah.
I can tell you get embarrassed very fast.
We were like 9 years old.
9 years old? Anything else happened since then? That's been a while.
Yeah.
And you're sensitive. So. You can be embarrassed very fast.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I mean, I'm clumsy.
I know that about you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's another name you have for yourself?
When I was starting to make my comics a lot, people started calling me the comic genius.
The comic genius? And
yeah.
also your middle name is also Yasmin?
Yasmin, yes.
So you go by Brianna Yasmin Asfour, the comic genius girl.
I guess you could say
I want to thank you so much for coming to be with me
you.
today. It is the best moment of my life to have you on this show. And I wish you the best in your career. And any question, let me know. I'll always be there for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching us. See you again next week. Thank you, Brianna Asfour. Good night.